morning to you. Thank you so much for finding time to joining us and being with us this morning. Here are the latest headlines from across the continent of Africa, according to how they have been captured by a few regional newspapers. We'll start with those from Kenya. The Standard newspaper. Ruto, this is my problem with Uhuru. President in a candid forward in the book for the record opens up where the rain started beating him, his relationship with the former president and why he thinks it all went south. That story is on page 4 and 5. That is a book that was written by Aden Duale. Has been written by Aden Duale, and I think it's out on sales right now. He is the CS for Defense in the current administration here. Shakahola mystery deepens as 21 more bodies exhumed. How state will pick students for varsity funding. Sudan war takes toll on Khartoum. And Mustafa, I'll do what it takes for the sake of my family. Eunice, focus on social business. The rest will fall into place. Okay, the Daily Nation. KEMSA caught up in a new 4 billion Kenya shillings scandal. KEMSA has bungled a multi-billion shilling tender for the supply of treated mosquito nets intended to help millions of low-income households prevent malaria, forcing the Global Fund to cancel the agency's procurement process that seemed flawed in favor of a bidder who did not meet mandatory requirements at the expense of an actual nets manufacturer. I know, it's Kenya. That story is on page 7. Church on trial. State starts clamp down on preachers. Police bullet cuts short life of a girl heading back to school. All right. The Star newspaper inside President Ruto's 710 billion Kenya shillings growth strategy to complete Uhuru's mega projects, promote ventures linked to bottom-up plan. The People Daily, more graves found in cult deaths. Probe, demo Rocky Sumo after police shoot student dead. The Business Daily, beer, cigarettes spared. Tax hikes for first time in 5 years. Okay. Kenya to tap another 136 billion Kenya shillings loaned from the World Bank. We are borrowing too much, but hey, I guess these bills have to be paid. Taifa Leo, Masaibu Shuleni, that is the main headline. And then we look at some other papers from across the continent. The Herald from Zimbabwe. Government engages industry on price hikes. President breaks 23-year diplomatic standoff with the UK. Binga cocking coal project names on stream. And the Daily News, more chaos hits CCC's primaries as thugs disrupt Richard Shangirai's nomination pitch. And the Observer, this is from Nigeria, murders, 114,000 guns are unregistered. And police to step up, crack down on marijuana despite court ruling, and why we ought not to wish Museveni sudden death. Okay, who is making these prayers? No, this one is from Uganda, not Zimbabwe. This is from Uganda, the Observer. How is that, wishing the president a sudden death? That is not nice. The Daily Monitor from Uganda. EC wants prisoners, the diaspora to vote. That is the Electoral Commission of Uganda. And security probe calls made near Ikuli House. Government to create body to regulate veterinary medicine and food. Nipashe, this is from, I'm assuming from Tanzania. Sheria zote zinazohusu uchaguzi kupitiwa. Yes, Lissu atinga polisi akagoa gari lake lenye matundu 30 ya risasi. Okay. The Citizen also from Tanzania. Mid-sized banks, first quarter profits jump to 126%. Look at that. Tanzania, there's something that we need to perhaps go, the rest of us in Tanzania, and see what is it. Well, all economy seems to be battered. There's always some good news in terms of the growth, and now the mid-sized, banks, the first quarter profits jumped up to 126%. That means that the economy is not doing too bad there. Tanzania SADC resolves to send troops to the Democratic Republic of Congo I talked about that here yesterday. I think that is something that I've been hoping that somebody would think about. So it's good they did that. Of course, a bit too late, but I guess it's never too late since the conflict is still ongoing. The Guardian from Nigeria. Amid a 168% tariff hike in 8 years, Nigerians pay premium for unavailable electricity. You're paying so much, and that electricity is never there. Nigeria and South Africa, these are case studies. We need to see what's really wrong, and perhaps what corruption and poor governance can do. Beavers to the rescue. Supreme Court affirms Adeleke Osun governor, and concerns of electricity generation as terrorists eye national infrastructure. Okay. The Daily Trust, that is from Nigeria as well. El Rufai wants 80% for states, revert to 1963 constitution. Okay. Tribunal hears Obi's motion today, articles on Tinubu citizenship tomorrow. The Nation from Nigeria as well. National Assembly, Akpabio, Abbas, rally lawmakers for support. And that is what we have there, and some newspapers from the US. USA Today. Killer may have had interest in extremism, and Biden's ace in hole might be McConnell. And the Washington Post, a jury finds Trump abused, defamed Carol. Begin at 40 for breast screenings, panel urges. Okay, and abortion pill should stay on the market, most say. Colorado's first trans lawmaker wanted to blend in. Okay. The New York Post, grab him by the wallet. Okay. I almost stumbled there, wondering what I was reading. But as the New York Post, Trump owes accuser $5 million after he's found liable for sex abuse and defamation. Okay. And the Newsday, federal debt limit fight. Can Democrats, Republicans agree on face saving way to allow more borrowing to pay the bills? The Guardian USA edition, a blunder that is just epic. LAPD reels after release of undercover identities. Very well. And the UK newspapers, The Independent, Trump sexually abused writer, jury finds ex-president cleared of rape, but judge orders him to pay $5 million in damages over 1990s assault of E. Jean Carroll in New York department store. And The Guardian, the UK's version, Trump sexually abused writer in 1990s, New York jury finds. And the Daily Telegraph, Trump sexually assaulted writer, US jury finds, is the same thing. Daily Mail, as jury sensationally finds he sexually abused writer and awards $5 million damages. Is this end of Trump's new bid to be president? And does Harry have a plan B after turning himself into a royal has-been? Okay. The Times, don't defy will of the people on migration bill, PS want. Britain set to blacklist Russia's Wagner Group. And, okay. The Daily Mirror, Trump, the sex attacker. Jury rules he did assault woman and orders him to pay £4 million, equivalent to £4 million in damages there. So that is what we have in some of those newspapers, some from Africa and others from across the seas, the US and the UK. Just a quick weather update. Johannesburg today is going to be mostly sunny with highs of 19 degrees Celsius and lows of 9 degrees Celsius. In Nairobi, it's been a very wet morning. It's going to be mostly cloudy today with highs of 24 degrees Celsius and lows of 16 degrees Celsius. And in Accra, Ghana, partly cloudy with highs of 32 degrees Celsius and lows of 26. And in Dhaka, it's going to be partly cloudy as well with highs of 27 degrees Celsius and lows of 22. And in Abuja, highs of 36, lows of 24 and partly cloudy. And then let's look at Kinshasa, highs of 33 degrees Celsius and lows of 23, and it's going to be cloudy there. And Luanda, highs of 31 degrees Celsius and lows of 25 degrees, and it's also going to be partly cloudy. And then Khartoum, it's going to be a very sunny day with highs of 39 degrees Celsius and lows of 24 degrees Celsius. Depending on where you have joined, you're watching us from and you're tuned in. So let's get into the detailed news bulletin. And we start from Sudan. The exodus of civilians has accelerated with more than 700,000 people displaced by the war in Sudan. Twice as many as a week ago, the United Nations announced on Tuesday, with no end in sight after more than 3 weeks of fighting. Looting and fighting continued for the 25th consecutive day in Khartoum, in Port Sudan, a coastal town 850 kilometers east of the capital. Hundreds of Beja tribesmen demonstrated, demanding weapons to fight alongside the army. Since April 15th, the war has pitted Army General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan against General Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo, commander of the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces RSF, who became rivals after leading the October 2021 coup. Together, the conflict has already left more than 750 people dead and over 5,000 injured. Nearly 150,000 refugees have fled to neighboring countries, while the number of internally displaced people in Sudan has risen to more than 700,000 people. That is according to the United Nations, and more than doubled 340,000 recorded.